There's two things I'd like to have you consider. Many of you in this room will remember that in 1992, Money Magazine said Sioux Falls was the best place in America in which to live. But how many of you are aware that in 2009, we're not even in the top 100? It's not because any member of the city council or the city hall did anything wrong. We haven't lost a major employer. It's not because of winter, because we had winters in 1992 as well. It's because competition across this country for jobs especially has gotten a lot tougher. There's something else for you to consider. Earlier this year it was announced that Clemson University in South Carolina received a $95 million grant to study wind energy. My question is, why Clemson in South Carolina? Why not South Dakota? We already have a very fine engineering department at SDSU that's studying and researching alternative sources of energy. We have energy companies like Excel that are already investing in wind energy and alternative forms of energy. And we have all the wind anybody in America would ever want to study. We missed an opportunity. We need to create a new generation of jobs in Sioux Falls. Our economy is going to change. We built much of our success in the last 20 to 30 years based on credit cards. But because of the credit card law changes that were implemented on February 22nd, there will possibly be 70 million fewer credit cards in the United States at the end of this year than there were at the beginning of this year. That will have an impact on our employment base. What I propose to do is to do what other successful communities have been doing. Communities like Pittsburgh, communities like Indianapolis, and that is to harness the power of education to job growth. Pittsburgh recreated itself from an old steel town by using its educational institutions like Carnegie Mellon and the University of Pittsburgh. Now it's a leader in education and healthcare and technology. We can do the same thing here in South Dakota, particularly with green technologies and with agribusiness and other things that we already have going on here. All we need to do is to harness that power that already exists here, to find that new idea, which will create a revolution in ag business, create a revolution in green technology, create a revolution in energy development. The ideas are out there. We just have to find them. And once we do, if we develop them, it creates good, sustainable jobs across the board, from blue collar to white collar.
I'm going to take question number 6. I told you about my family and how we recycle, but I've got a brother who doesn't recycle at all. There is a business in town that just built a new, very, very green building called the Sharapa Place, the latest in green technology. But the vast majority of our businesses aren't green at all. We heard about 30 garbage haulers in town. Guess what? The majority of them are not following the rules and the regulations and the codes that they're supposed to be. How do you change that? Well, you do have to provide education. You have to have people understand why it is valuable, not only for their family, but also for our city and also for our state, and yes, ultimately for the world. Incentives. I will disagree with Bill a little bit. I do believe that we should have incentives. We should. They're a worthy investment. They will help promote the good things that we want to do in terms of helping to make our city become more green. Because once you motivate them enough to get them to start, you can do so much more later on. But then also I want to talk about enforcement. I'm a business person. Yes, I'm all for developing small businesses, but those garbage haulers that are not following the rules as they're supposed to, they will be held accountable under my administration, and they should be. The rules were put there because the people of Sioux Falls wanted the rules put there. They need to do it. Certainly, we'll help educate them on what they have to do. We will give them some time, but they need to follow through and then ultimately do what they're supposed to do. Just like the garbage haulers that are following the rules, because it's important. The mayor has a critical role to play in terms of helping to make things better for a green environment. I'm going to give you a quick example. There is an apartment complex on Louise Avenue that wants to become incredibly green. All they wanted to do was to build a shelter to house all of their recycled materials right there on Louise. Guess what? They're not allowed to because it's in a floodway. Come on. We can make some slight tweaks to that so that those folks can be do recycling like they want to. The mayor can make that happen.
Wow. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much. I think we can all agree there's some excellent ideas all around. In fact, they were so good I almost forgot that we were technically at a cocktail party. I really appreciate this, and again, forgive me for our inelegance when it comes to political forums. I just want to thank everybody. I would encourage everyone here to gang up on these guys. Well, you got them. Look, they're totally cornered. You could go visit with them, and I hope you do. Now, a couple of them have a pass. A couple of these gentlemen have some other things they have to get to, but I hope that you can cross paths and visit. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us at Green Drinks. I think it's a really big deal.